And some nice lunchtime breaking news for you from Manchester United, and that is that Mason Greenwood will be wearing a particular shirt number. Also, Thiago has spoken about his future and a few other bits as well. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you smash a like on the video and get involved. So let's start off with Mason Greenwood. It's been confirmed two quite significant shirt number changes. Brandon Williams will not be number 53 next season. He will, this season coming up, he will be wearing the number 33. And Mason Greenwood will be wearing number 11. The famous number 11 shirts, as worn by Ryan Giggs, will be worn by Mason Greenwood this coming season. So I hope and I fear and I'm sure Manchester United may arrange something here, and that all rhymes. But if you went out and bought a Mason Greenwood top with number 26 on the back, you're going to be disappointed because you are 15 out. He's going to be wearing the number 11. So Mason Greenwood will wear number 11, which, look, I think that this is a big indicator of the importance of Mason Greenwood to Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer this coming season, because number 11 is well, it's in the top 11, and of course people will say, well, look, you know, Bruno's number's not in the first 1 to 11, is it? But there are certain numbers associated with Manchester United Football Club that are important, and number 11 is an important shirt. 7 is vacant, and I think we know what's going to happen with that shirt. A certain Mr. Jadon Sancho will be wearing it, but number 11 to Mason Greenwood. And look, you look at the season he had last year. Very, very significant. Forget his age. He's a very significant player for Manchester United, and he is going to be knocking firmly on that door for to start games for Manchester United next season. And if he isn't, he's going to be a very significant player to have on the bench. And I think this is the exciting thing when you do bring Jadon Sancho in, is that, look, you don't spend £100 million on a player and not start them. You don't not pick Anthony Martial, and you don't not pick Marcus Rashford when he's playing well, and you don't not pick Mason Greenwood. So you've got 4 players for 3 spots there. It's going to get very exciting, and I think it's a reward for Mason Greenwood. He could easily have stayed as the number 26, and he will now officially be wearing the number 11 shirt for Manchester United in the coming season. And it is just another indicator of the quality of talent that we've got, and it goes. I quite like this news because it focuses the mind on the attack, and we've been focusing the mind on the midfield, and people have been saying, wow, Van der Beek, Bruno, Pogba, they all play, they've all got to play, and Matic. What we're going to do is, what we're going to listen up, right? What we're going to do, right? We're going to play a midfield. We're going to play a diamond 4, right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to play a diamond 4, and we're going to play Van der Beek, and we're going to play Bruno and that Pogba lad, and Matic is going to hold the midfield, and we're going to play 2 up front. Yeah, how are you going to play 2 up front when you've spent £100 million on one of the best wingers in the world, and you've got Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony Martial? The striking problem becomes the midfield problem. We've got top quality options now. You've got Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, Sancho when he comes in, and in the midfield you've got Van der Beek, Bruno, Pogba, all going for 2 spots. And this is what we want. This is exactly what we want. We need to look at that bench and go, wow, that's a good bench. And this is exactly what United need. Brandon Williams taking 33. I mean, look, at the end of the day, is that massive breaking news? I mean, you know, it's better than 53. He signed a long-term contract. He deserves a better shirt than that. But what I want to talk about is Thiago as well. Thiago has come out with some quotes. There's also an update from on Lionel Messi as well. I mean, look, it doesn't impact on us, Manchester United, but Fabrizio Romano has tweeted out in the last minute. This is a statement from Lionel Messi saying, "We do not know which contracts they, La Liga, have analysed and which are the bases on which they conclude that it would have a termination clause applicable in the event that the player decides to urge the unilateral termination of the same." So, you know, it looks like Messi is still very much looking to force a move out of Barcelona, which will be to Manchester City's benefit, I'm afraid, and will make Manchester City, for me, very firm favourites for the Premier League if he does go there. But Manchester United, Thiago, he's spoken. Now, somebody in the live comments this morning said that Thiago has played his last game for Spain and retired last night. I mean, I think it was the same person who said Sport are a Real Madrid outlet when they're not. They're Barcelona. So Thiago has basically said, my mind at the moment is focused on the international team and the game against Ukraine on Sunday, and then next week we'll see what happens. But my home is Bayern Munich. So look, if he was a cricketer, I'd say he's played that ball with a straight bat. Very defensive and exactly what you would expect. And exactly what I said this morning, that if you are expecting any major update on Jadon Sancho holding a United shirt before next Wednesday, you're going to be disappointed. And if you think that Thiago's going to be holding a United shirt this weekend, you're going to be disappointed because they're on international duty. Spain play Sunday night, England play tomorrow and Tuesday night, and until they've left international camps, they're not going to be signing for who they're going for. So I would still say that Liverpool, Thiago, favourites, but it's not going to happen until next week. And look, he could go straight into the Liverpool game, which is the first, I think it's a week tomorrow, isn't it? So maybe that's what's going to happen with Thiago. I still think it's a very slim possibility of a signing for Manchester United, if I'm totally honest. But, you've got to be in the race to win it, haven't you? And I feel that United have some interest. How much that interest expands to, we'll just have to wait and see. So Chelsea have signed Havertz for 62 million. The thing about Havertz is, somebody said today, Havertz, United are waiting for the Havertz deal to happen because then it will dictate the Sancho deal. I cannot be more clear on this. There is no breaking news on Jadon Sancho. There is no you're going to be first. There is no end game. There is no final, finishing line. There is no it's suddenly getting close. The thing with Sancho is very, very clear, and it's been very, very clear for a very long time. Dortmund want a specific amount of money, which will total about 108 million quid. And United know that. And we're very close to doing that, but for some reason we've delayed it. And the terms with Sancho won't be a problem. It's all there to be done, but what have I been saying to you for weeks? It's so close you can almost touch this deal, but it doesn't mean they're going to touch it tomorrow. I think for some reason, this deal has always been, from the start of August, I think United crapped themselves, to be honest. I think it got leaked significantly by people like Romano, who knew people close to the deal. And everybody thought that deal was going to happen at the start of August. And it could have happened at the start of August, but I don't think it was ever the intention of Dortmund, United or Sancho for it to happen at the start of August. I think it was always going to happen in September. And I think United have had to chuck stuff out there to try and hold back the anticipation and excitement of this deal. And I've always said this. And apart from, I felt that at the time I thought maybe the 7th of August because of the number 7 shirt. I know there's some people who think the 7th of September, forget about it. Forget about it. It ain't happening on the 7th because he'll be training with England. So forget about it. It ain't happening on the 7th unless they do an announcement without the player. So, Sancho, Manchester United, I'm not going to put a date on it. As I said yesterday, I predict it will happen any time from next Thursday to the following Thursday. But if you put a date on it, you're not understanding this deal because it could have happened a month ago, and for whatever reason, it's been always planned for September. Don't we need an out and out classic striker? Martial. Oh, here we go. Maz says Martial looks lazy. Rashford isn't gone. Greenwood is still inexperienced. Someone like Rude or Ollie himself. I don't think you're a Manchester United fan, Maz, but thanks for the super chat. Mark, can you do a shout out to a charity called Gary Abbott? I'm not going to read that out, Gary, because I don't know what that stands for, and I might be shouting out a charity that actually stands for something that's rude. So I will research that, and if it is genuine, I will read it out on the 8 o'clock show. But you've got to be very careful with live chats, super chats, because people will get you to do something under the guise of, can you say happy birthday to this person? And then you read the name out, and when it's said together, it's something filthy and vile. So I'm going to avoid that. Sancho can play cam as well if needed, says Cozy Thunder. He can, you're right. And who is the bigger snake, Di Maria or Sanchez, says Rimsey. Whatever, they both belong in the snake pit. And does James get on the bench? Looked good yesterday, says Greg Dunbar. This is where I want the conversation of Manchester United to move once we've got our signings in. I wanted this summer to be about the bench. And if you pick your starting 11 however you want to go, and you assume that Sancho's coming to United, you look at that bench, it's going to probably be Henderson. I would imagine on the bench you're going to have one of the centre-backs, so maybe Eric Bailly will be on the bench. I think you'll have a full-back, probably Brandon Williams, because he can play right and left. So that's 3 of your 7 spots taken. Your midfield options are going to be Fred and probably McTominay. Probably Fred and Van der Beek. So that takes you up to 5. So that means McTominay or Fred are not getting on the bench because Van der Beek will probably take a bench at the start. And then you've got 2 spots left, which would be either Greenwood or Rashford, depending on who doesn't start, which leaves 1 spot left. And you've still got Lingard, Pereira, Mata, Dan James, Agallo. And it'll be Agallo. So, you know, if you've got 7 spots on your bench, it's a great conversation. And I think we'll do a video on it next week probably. United's bench is going to be very, very hard to pick because if your starting 11 is De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Matic, Bruno, Pogba, Sancho, Martial, Rashford, your bench is Henderson, Bay, Williams, Fred, Van der Beek, Greenwood, Agallo. No Dan James, no Lingard, no Pereira, no Juan Mata, no Scott McTominay. You know, this is the depth we need to build, and it's going to be different to Christmas, isn't it? Because it's going to be different to lockdown because the situation with lockdown was that you named 10 subs, didn't you? We'll only be naming 7. You can't make 5 subs anymore. You can only make 3. So it's going to be interesting, isn't it? I mean, you know, Ethan says it will be James on the bench and not Agallo, but Agallo is that out and out striker if you need it. But maybe it would be Greenwood. I don't know. Havertz has left the German team to complete his deal to Chelsea. Why not Sancho? Says Lechman. I mean, it's a good point. It is a good point. And Ruben says, why is he confident you're getting Sancho when Dortmund said he isn't coming? Because I understand transfers. And James is only a left winger, says Edouard. United submit 27 million bid for Reguilon yesterday. No, they didn't, KJ. That was a load of bollocks. I want to see Greenwood starting, says Cress. Well, look, maybe Rashford goes to the bench. Maybe Martial goes to the bench. What's happening with the new centre-backs? Says Tolo, very quiet at the moment, but I have said this before. I feel that something will happen this weekend. Really pleased with our depth in the midfield and the attack, says Nihal, with Fred and Van der Beek on the bench and attacking options, especially against the bottom clubs. Yeah, you want to have quality players coming off the bench, and I think that's what needed. Van der Beek won't be happy on the bench, says Tommy Darko. Good. I don't want anybody to be happy on the bench. You want competition for places. But I will tell you what, I am doing a watch along for England's game tomorrow, Rahul, on That's Football though. And thanks for the contribution, Joe Hegg. I do not apologise to people who are moaning about Greenwood being on the bench or Van der Beek being on the bench. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit, because the reality is when Manchester United was successful, Teddy Sheringham, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer were on the bench for Manchester United in a Champions League final. Nicky Butt was on the bench in games. You know, Jesper Blomqvist. We've always had, when we've been successful, very good players on the bench. I've got no sympathy and I've got no problem with top-class players sitting on a Manchester United bench. You know why I haven't got a problem? Because it's how you succeed. And I think any United fan who is saying, we can't bench Rashford, we can't bench Van der Beek, we can't bench... You can. You bloody well can, because that's what big teams do. I said it yesterday. Look at Man City's bench. Riyad Mahrez was on it for most of the season. He'd walk into most Premier League clubs, and he's happy as Larry at Man City. And he works his way into the team at the end of the season. He's one of their best players. Bernardo Silva goes to the bench. Would walk into most Premier League clubs. We've got to get this elite winning mentality at Manchester United. And to do that, you've got to look at your bench and go, most of those players get into most Premier League clubs. And that's what we're building towards. We need Thiago to control the midfield and the tempo, says Iraj. I think he'll be a very good signing for Liverpool if it gets over the line. So breaking news, Mason Greenwood will wear the number 11 shirt next season for Manchester United. Brandon Williams will take number 33. Thiago has spoken, of course, he's part of the Spanish squad, saying that he's all eyes on the game on Sunday against Ukraine for Spain, and then next Monday it will take care of itself. And I heard yesterday Badiashile was staying, best option for his development right now, according to Niko Kovac. It says Joe Hegg, 92. Very good point, actually, that the Badiashile one. I need to look into that because I saw that quote as well, so we can talk about that a little bit later. But look, thanks everyone for watching. A very, very quick update on the United stand. That's how we do it here. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, bottom right-hand corner. And we'll be back if there's any more breaking news. A lot of people saying they like Mason Greenwood as number 26. Well, he's not number 26. He's number 11. Speak to you soon. Thanks for watching.